Alright, it's Pig, man. And we back with another episode of Let's Be Clear podcast, episode 3. Alright, me and my boy Ant, we in here today and we got a special guest, Miss LaToia. And we're going to talk about relations and relationships.
What's good? What's good? Get a guest an opportunity to introduce herself. Let the people know a little bit about you.
I'm LaToia Edmonson. Y'all should go follow me. Follow me on Instagram, Sun Kids Toy, mother, entrepreneur, going to school, doing it all. I'm a queen.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We got a good show lined up for the people today, man. Where y'all want to start at?
Overall today is we talking about relations and relationships. Alright, so the first topic that we're going to talk about, why aren't relationships lasting? Yeah, how do you feel? What's your opinion?
My opinion, I think people are rushing. I think we idolizing like our parents' generation, our grandparents' generation, and I think we're trying to rush the friendship stage. I think we're trying to rush the that initial getting to know somebody first, and then when you add on sex in the beginning, it's not a good combination. So I think that's a recipe for disaster. That's why it's not working.
Sex in the beginning.
I don't think people value relationships like our parents did. Nobody really want to be in a committed relationship right now, especially guys. Especially this age group right now. I remember listening to the podcast last week, and you made up a good point about you was talking about marriage, and you was like, guys shouldn't date between the ages of, what would you say? 20
No, I said they shouldn't get married in their 20s.
Yeah, and that's a valid point, because girls, we mature faster than guys, and so we already on that level where we want to get married and rush all of that without getting to know somebody. So I think that's kind of why it's not working. One
thing I don't agree with is like the sex in the beginning. I don't think that plays a major factor in people wanting to be in relationships. It may be a small issue, but it's not a major factor. I don't believe.
So have you ever committed yourself to a girl that you've had sex with in the very, very beginning?
Fuck yeah.
You have?
Yes.
And how long did that relationship last?
It still lasted.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think that plays a major part.
I got three main reasons, and y'all pretty much covered all three of them with what y'all said. My number one, I think, is the lack of knowledge. Like, we go into relationships not really knowing how to be in a committed relationship. Like you said, in this 2019, relationships are not really lasting like in the older days, and that's because we got a lot more temptation, social media, you know what I'm saying? It's like that lack of knowledge of how to be in a committed relationship, how to be a good boyfriend or girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's one thing. Lack of maturity. You got to be ready, you know what I'm saying? You got to be mature. A lot of times the woman is more mature. A woman is ready for marriage, or a woman is ready for that next step a lot sooner than a guy is. So lack of maturity. And my third thing is trust and respect. And I feel like those two things pretty much go hand in hand.
Everything in this day and time, everything is so tangible. Back in the days, you were dating somebody within your hometown and you never left outside of that. Now you can be in Alabama and meet somebody in California and you can like see them. It's more possible to meet someone, to meet different people than what it used to be.
So are you saying that our parents, like my father and my grandfather, they have more discipline than the men in this generation in? Because just because you have more access to opportunities and temptations doesn't give you like, oh, okay, well that's the reason why. Like, that's bullshit. So the men back in the day had more discipline than the men do now.
I mean, they had less options than we did.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like,
but it's not just one female in this small community. Let's take Jacksonville. Jacksonville is small as hell. It's a lot of women in that community, but if my grandfather set his sights on my grandmother and they decided to date in court, he only got his eyes set for her. Not for anybody else in the church, not anybody else in his neighborhood. It's just her.
At the same time, your grandfather met somebody in Jacksonville and he never had the chance to meet somebody in Montgomery or Birmingham because of the fucking day and time back then. It was just kind of like, not impossible, but it wasn't feasible to have a long distance relationship back then.
I disagree. I think it's about discipline.
I agree with you too. It is all about discipline, but we have way more options than they did.
So it's because of the options and it's because of everything's tangible and in our hands. That's the reason why relationships aren't working.
It's part of the problem. It's not the.
It's a combination.
It's a combination of shit. It's part of the problem.
We can get into ghosting. What did you mean when you put that as a topic?
So ghosting, I think that's like a big thing. I think because nobody wants to be in a relationship, so we go back to the talking stage, and you get somebody's number. You're texting all the time. He texts you good morning. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, y'all could have been talking for a whole 2 months, and out of nowhere, he just completely go ghost. He doesn't respond to your texts, your calls. You can't get a hold of him. You still see him on social media, so you know the nigga not dead. What happened? Why you couldn't be man enough to like give me a why you don't want to talk to me?
That's the answer right there. A lot of men are not mature enough to express. Like, we too afraid of hurting a girl feelings. It's a lot easier to just disappear. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just not mature enough to just straight up say, hey, this is what I don't like about you. This is the reason why. Hey, I don't know how to tell you that I don't like this, so it's easier for me to just dip out, just disappear. You know what I'm saying? Life goes on. It's not right. Time is valuable. It's not fair to anybody to have their time wasted. I'm not saying that to say that it's okay or it's cool, but 90% of the time, that's what it is. Like, either I had the intentions from the jump to do this, or we get to a point and I find something that I don't like.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Now in today's time, it's like the attention span. I mean, there are so many options that goes to this 2019, this new era. There are just so many options, and if someone gets bored with you or you just don't have somebody's attention, then it's just on to the next.
Just be a man and just say, yo, you know, I'm not feeling this.
No, you're right. You're right.
Friends.
Okay, people don't have to explain themselves though, especially if they're not committed to you.
If you invested your time in this relationship, because I'm not talking about like a week type of thing, like, oh, I don't really feeling this. I'm talking about y'all are talking, y'all are getting to know each other, and that nigga all of a sudden decides, my ex came back, my baby mama came back, I got somebody pregnant. 3 months later, I'm at a baby shower in Polo. Like, my nigga, just be honest. And I got something.
Yeah, it's not fair, bro. It's not fair. Like, I feel like at the least you owe a person that.
Be mature and just have that conversation. Like, you know, I can't do this. I got something going on right now. Or, you know, I'm not really feeling you. You ain't even got to be mean about it. You owe it. Yeah.
You disagree with that, Pigg?
No. I mean, it makes sense, but it makes sense, but at the same time, you talking about if you're committed to somebody and y'all talking. If you're not committed, the person doesn't owe you an explanation. If they don't want to, shit. If they just their attention is somewhere else, shit. Get the hint. Move on.
It's the honor. I feel like it's the honorable thing. Be a man, bro. Like, it's that simple, bro.
The talking stage is so confusing. Like, can I get mad about this? Am I supposed to explain myself? Can I? Like, the talking stage is so confusing. So nobody's saying that you're in a committed relationship, because you can talk to multiple people at different times. But if we've been talking and we talking on a consistent basis, and you just up and just ghost, yeah, my nigga, you owe me an explanation.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, I don't disagree with you, but at the same time, I'm thinking of the man's perspective as well. Shit, that's just women do the same shit. Women do it more than men. So at the same time, it's just like, get the hint, move the fuck on. Like, that's just that. It's like, that's that on that.
Bro, it's life, bro. It happens with everything. It's just not relationships. People dip out on fucking paying their bills and just disappear and not ever pay them hoes again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
fact. That's how some people handle their issue. They don't talk about it. They don't communicate. They just dip the fuck out and move on. Yeah. I mean, is that an issue? Is that a problem?
Yes.
You can communicate. Motherfuckers can communicate better, but I mean, shit. Get the hint. Move on. Ain't no reason to dwell on it.
I think the ghosting part is the most hurtful part. Like, if you sat me down and had a conversation with me about what you don't like or whatever the case may be, okay, I can deal with that because you told me the truth. But I feel like omission is lying. So now you ghosting and I'm trying to figure out what I did, what happened. So that's like the most part. Is like, shit, I don't even get no explanation on what happened, because I thought on my end we was good.
That's what women say, and then they get a motherfucker that tell them the truth, and now they heartbroken. Niggas ain't shit.
Yeah, I was just about to say
y'all say that shit, but then y'all get a motherfucker that tell y'all the truth, and y'all don't even want to go with the truth. Y'all want to live in these fairy tales and shit. Like, oh, I can change this motherfucker, and y'all can't.
We know how to handle the truth. You just don't like how our reaction to your truth is. So you don't have no responsibility on how I feel or how I take your truth. When you tell me, like, shit, LaToia, like, I ain't fucking with you. Like, it's you too much. Okay, and if I decide to get upset, I decide to get upset. But I'm still handling your truth. What you want me to do? Just not say nothing? Shit.
That's why motherfuckers don't say nothing, because they don't want to deal with the reaction. That's why motherfuckers ghost.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to deal with reactions.
That's the answer right there.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one, you ask,
does body count matter after a certain age?
Yeah.
All right, let me say this right quick before we even get into this.
Hey, hold on. If you're watching this right now, go ahead and share it. Share it,
man. Y'all
everybody go ahead and share it so we can get a bigger crowd. All right, go ahead, Ant.
To be honest, I feel like body count only matters to men anyway. I can't remember the last time a woman really too concerned with a man's body count. Like most women go automatically assume like, hey, I know what's up. I'm not even about to ask you. You know what I'm saying? But it's important to us because I feel like with a man, it's a pride thing. We don't want to go out and have to worry about like running into different people that, my girl may have been with. And, it's just a pride thing. Like no nigga want to deal with shit like that.
Bro,
Like,
if you worried about a body count, you a lame ass nigga, dog. Like, what happens before you ain't got shit to do with you? Be an adult about shit. Like, I feel like before I meet a motherfucker, if you ain't got 8, you ain't living life, goddammit. Like, as a grown ass woman, it's okay to fucking women like to fuck just like men like to fuck.
what if you meet a girl who only had 1 or 2? You know what I'm saying? Is that not gonna matter to you? Like, would you
Who
not
gives
want to
a
know
fuck?
that? Is that
I'm not even
so
asking. No, why does it matter? Body count does not fucking matter. We're grown, we're adults.
I agree that it only matters to men. Because if I tell my boyfriend, if I tell a future husband, I've slept with 45 men, I feel like he'll look at me differently versus if I tell him, it's only 10.
Yeah, of course he's gonna look at you different. So why the fuck would you tell him you fuck 45 niggas?
You just said it don't matter.
Yeah, that's what you confused.
So
me.
don't even say it. So don't even
But
say
I'm
it. Don't
saying,
even.
if your girl had 45 niggas, would you not want to know?
No. Who cares?
He don't know how he feels. I'm confused, David. So
Yeah.
does it matter or does it not matter?
It doesn't matter. But at the same time, you tell a motherfucker, yeah, I fucked 50 niggas. The nigga be like, God damn. Of course the motherfucker ain't gonna say, okay, it's okay. What's in the past is in the past. You tell a motherfucker you done fuck 50 niggas, you like, bitch, don't want nothing to do with you.
You're not asking that question because you just.
No, it doesn't matter.
When you meet somebody and you getting to know them, and especially when you start really, really falling for this person, that's always gonna be a other side that you just gonna be just a little bit curious about. Like, I just don't see how you could just go the long term with somebody and never even cross your mind or even wonder. Like, yeah. I feel like at some point you gotta want to know, man. You gotta. Can't tell me it don't just cross your mind. Like,
It doesn't matter. Like, I feel what y'all saying. Of course, if a motherfucker just like tell you that they got 50 bodies on them, like, of course you gonna look at them a certain way. But like, if you just don't know it and you just don't care, it's not gonna affect y'all relationship. Somebody said it does matter due to the fact that every man that a woman sleeps with, she takes on a piece of him, aka his personality. I don't disagree.
That's true for the man too, though, because when you have sex with somebody, that's just you exchanging energy. I think it matters to he just not asking. It matters to all dudes, period.
You just got to be mature about certain shit, and I just feel like that's immature if you even asking that.
What if a woman asks you? You gonna be like, why are you asking me?
Yeah, why the fuck? Yeah, why the fuck are you even asking me that?
You can't do that, man. She got the right to ask you that, bro.
No, she doesn't. What happened before her ain't got shit to do with her. So if a woman asks you that, you just gonna tell her? Like,
that question is not just gonna be. I don't feel like it's just gonna be thrown around with somebody that you're not really taking serious. So if it's somebody that I'm taking serious and that's something that they want to know, what right do I have to hide that from them? I can understand if it's somebody that it don't matter to, but if it's somebody who that matters to, and it's somebody who is really trying to go the distance with me, I feel like they got a right to know, and they gonna feel some type of way if you don't answer.
Toya, what about you? If a man asks you that, are you being 100% honest with your answer?
Yeah, that's another thing.
I feel like women lie. The ultimate answer for women is 3. You can be fucking 48 and a motherfucker talking about 3. No, damn well you got 20 goddamn bodies on you.
So it depends. For one, if me and him are talking or we just, dating, kicking it, I'm not telling you my number. You don't need to know my number. I'm not having sex with you, no way. But if it's a boyfriend or if it's, somebody I'm really, really serious with, I'm gonna be honest with my answer. Now, have I lied before? Of course I've lied. Everybody lies about their number. Well, females, I'm assuming, but yeah, but I'm not telling you my number off top just because who are you to me? Where are we going with this relationship?
So how far does it have to go before you feel like that conversation should even come up? Like how far along in the relationship?
So us talking about sex don't need to be talked about in the beginning because again, I'm not having sex with you off rip.
Wait a minute. So you just talking about like y'all just meeting and y'all automatically going into we about to take this serious? Because as soon as you meet somebody, it's not like I meet you, we're starting to fucking have a relationship tomorrow. I don't think that you should exclude a sex conversation as soon as you meet somebody or like in the beginning stage of you talking to somebody.
But why are we talking about sex in the very beginning of the talking
Because
stage.
that's what humans do. That's what you do with someone when you're attracted to them. Ultimately, that's what it's going to boil down to.
No.
That leads us to another question on down the line. Thoughts on sex on the first date. So I'm assuming like that's frowned upon.
Ain't happening.
It's
Ain't
okay.
happening.
It's okay to fuck on the first night.
Yeah, I mean,
We grown.
Exactly. You're
But
grown.
I feel like, because that we talked about in the beginning, sex hinders future possibilities of a relationship because it complicates things. It's like, because we all know when women have sex, you start catching feelings, and even if y'all already been like, okay, we just gonna, be cut buddies or whatever.
Like we said earlier, it's a spiritual thing. Like that shit get deep once you bring that into the equation.
Okay, but it's okay to fuck on the first night.
Of course it is.
Motherfuckers, it's okay to go out, have fun, fuck somebody, and see where it goes after that. Shit.
No, ladies. Hell no.
It is okay to do that. Motherfuckers is grown.
If you want a relationship, whether it's with him or with anybody else, do not have sex on the first night. Now, you just out here just wilding and just, you don't care and it is what it is. Okay, fuck that nigga. But on the first night and you want something committed, do not have sex with nobody on the first night.
What does that is going to complicate it? I don't agree with that. What if I'm waiting and I have sex with you and I don't like it? Now I'm ghosting.
So the only reason why you like me is because of my legs?
No, it's not the only reason, but shit. What keeps some relationships together is sex sometimes. And that's what gets people through the humps sometimes. It's sex. I feel like if you got a bad sex chemistry, your relationship is not going to work. That's just me. That's just how I think.
You can always teach somebody like what you like and what to do, and I don't think there's no such thing as bad sex because you can always teach somebody.
I disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah, there is such thing as bad sex.
If it's somebody that you serious with and you really again built a real relationship with, I kind of don't think it is such thing as bad sex, bro. Y'all on that spiritual level with each other, like y'all getting connected on a whole nother level outside of sex. So now it's like she said, you can't teach and learn and. Like,
who the fuck got time to be teaching somebody how to fuck and suck dick? Like, motherfuckers ain't got time. I'm grown as hell. Better be teaching you how to fuck me and suck me. Like, bitch, going on with that shit. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. Fuck that. Y'all giving politically correct answers. Niggas ain't finna be teaching nobody how to fuck.
Man, look, bro. We supposed to be trying to teach we supposed to be trying to put out positivity, bro. And show people how to build a healthy relationship, bro.
Okay.
We putting out that energy, bro.
We are, but at the same time, it's okay to fuck on the first night.
You speak from a teenage point of view. Like, once you become an adult and you reach a certain maturity level, bro, it's not just a thing. Like, that shit is way, way deeper than just having sex, bro. Like,
I mean, I agree with you, but
you just have sex as a teenager, bro. You just do that shit for fun then. But once you reach a certain age, bro, that shit it's not even real. It's not even fun unless it's with somebody that you really, really got true feelings for.
I mean, I agree with you. I don't disagree. But I also feel, like I said, I feel like sex on the first date is not a bad thing. Like, it shouldn't be frowned upon so much as it is.
Look at it like this. As a 29-year-old man, you single, and you go meet a girl and she has sex with you the first night. Are you going to look at her the same the next morning? You can't be real and say you are. Like,
I think men think too, like, okay, well, she has sex with me on the first night. How many other niggas she has sex with?
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Now her worth, which this shouldn't measure, but now her value and her worth is lower because you thinking and you assuming things. Because y'all could have had a great night. It could have been good conversation, everything. She feeling you. And that could have been the very first time that she did it. She could be 32 years old. But now you thinking in your head like, damn, trying to get it up real quick. Like,
you really about to sit here and say that's not going to catch your mind?
I'm not going to say that it's not 100%. But at the same time, if you like feeling a person or y'all got a chemistry and y'all vibing, can move past that quickly. If you really feeling this person, you can.
Well, look, that's gonna carry us into knowing how is a girl's worth measured. Since we're talking about first date, how do you decide whether you're doing a cheap date, a Netflix and chill, or you really going all out?
It depends on the flow of the talking stage or the flow of the relationship. It depends on how you vibing with that individual. And it depends on the person, the type of man you are.
LaToia, what you got to say on this?
I don't know, because I think dudes will try you. I think you know, you can hold yourself to a high standard, and dudes will still try and be like, oh, I'm real tired. You know, you should just come over and chill and let's just watch a movie, or let me come over to your house and you can cook for me, or that's how they'll try to see what they can get. So I think that it don't matter about how the man is, because you can have this one man that has tried this female and then he takes her out. So that's what's like, why did you decide, or who did you decide to Netflix and chill, and then you decided to take her to Red Lobster? Like, I need to know. We need to know.
I feel like a woman has control of all of that. A first impression is everything.
So again, the question is, how are you valuing her worth? So what, by how she looks?
I was just about to say how she carry herself, how she present herself, conversation, where she at in life, where I'm at in life. As a man, like what you going through at the moment may have a lot to do with, you know what I'm saying, how you look at any woman, you know what I'm saying? Like you may see a woman that's carry herself the right way, the perfect way, and you just in one of them modes where it's like, bruh, I ain't got time. And it's like no matter what a woman do, they not go get that extra mile, you know what I'm saying? So all of that matters, man, all of that.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter. I said it shouldn't matter, because if you're at a club and you see her doing ratchet things, driving a boat, twerking, this woman could be a school teacher. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta stop
you right there, because like all women, you can't treat all women the same. You know that. All women not the same, man. That's a fact.
So your mother didn't teach you to respect all women? I'm sure she did.
Yes, but at the same time, how a woman presents herself and how she comes off, like all of that is gonna matter. You know what I'm saying? You got to take all of that into account. And I mean, it's some women that's just not gonna present themselves right, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't treat all women. It's impossible to treat all women the same, because they just not the same.
Fact. And it all depends on your vibes.
That's just like me telling you can treat all men the same. Come on now, you know that's not true. yeah.
we talking about respect though. We talking about, because I feel like if you coming at me with some bullshit on a first date talking about Netflix and chill, or you talking about some whack shit, that's your respect towards me. That's how you view me. That's how you view my work.
That all goes into how the woman presents herself.
I was just about to say it's a 50-50 thing, man. We got to meet in the middle.
You meet somebody at the club, the place that you met this woman, that's how she acting. She's acting in the right environment. So you can't base her worth off of what she's doing in this club.
Well, your best bet is to just say, hey, holla at me tomorrow. Don't judge me off right now.
Right.
Like, if I'm in, you know what I'm looking for in the club. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't necessarily agree that you meeting a woman at the club, like afterwards you're going to treat her like
that's
at the club.
That's just an example.
It just depends on the vibes that y'all have, like the communication that y'all have with each other. Like after you meet after the club, shit, y'all talk or text the next day, it's a totally different vibe. Y'all more sober, y'all more fucking in tune with each other, and y'all can get a better understanding what each other wants.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not treating a person based off of where you fucking met them.
What are you basing it off of then?
You treat them how they present themselves. You present yourself like a lady, I'm gonna treat you like a lady. You present yourself like you want to fuck, I want to fuck too. Shit, if you present yourself with respect, I'm gonna treat you with respect.
I always carry myself like a lady, like a queen, but I've been tried multiple times. Let's Netflix and chill on the first night. Let's do this, let's do that. Like that, I don't understand that concept, like how I present myself. Because I feel like I always present myself in a proper way.
Because there's some women that's gonna go for that no matter what, and it's like men just go try it. You know what I'm saying? They just go try it, because it's like a lot of women they think they know the game, so they gonna try to hide it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, we gonna try to see if we could wiggle in there. You know what I'm saying? And if you shut it down, then it's like, okay, I know you're not with this shit.
I can agree on that, but it's not always like that. Sometimes it's just how you are, like the type of person that you are. When you present yourself a certain way, a man treats you like that.
Yeah. So
it can go various amounts of ways. A nigga don't treat all women the exact same way. Every woman has every woman has a different aura about them, and how you treat them and how you present them. You know what I'm saying? And it also, like Ant said, it also depends what that man going through at the moment. It's all about vibes at the end of the day, how you communicate.
Like I just said, you can't treat all men the same. So you know all women can't be treated the same too. So
well, I'm saying like how y'all say you can't treat all men the same. Well, I'm not out here courting nobody. I'm not out here pursuing nobody. You pursuing me. So yeah, all women do deserve to be be the prize. Shit. You trying to be with me.
So how do you feel who pays for the first date? This shit needs to be changed, or like people need to be more open-minded to this.
No, because I already feel like I already know what you think.
yeah, you already know what Pig about to say. Look,
I'm changing my perspective on it.
We're talking about the first date, right?
Yes.
The first date, I'm not paying for shit. I'm not paying for anything. Now, I'm not opposed to like when we're in a relationship and me taking you out and showing you how much I appreciate you, but on the first date, my nigga, hell no, there's no compromising about that. There's no thinking about that. You are pursuing me. You want me. So,
see,
no.
That right there is gonna make a nigga treat you like that. Like, who, motherfucker gonna be like, man, who the fuck do she think she is? Like, you fucking all the way up here.
Man.
And it's just like, if you gotta be able to compromise on the initial conversation, like, we're here, like, you're not here and I'm not here, like, we're equal playing grounds. Like me, I'm not gonna let somebody pay, but if somebody throws that out there, then it's gonna let me in on a deeper side of them and let me know how they are as a person.
I just disagree. On the first date, you do not need to be paying for nothing at all. I seen the thing was like, well, you initiate if you initiate the date, if you say, oh, well, let's go hang out or let's go get something to eat, then she should pay. Ladies, for one, you don't need to be initiating nothing because he's courting you.
Yeah.
You act like men. Men are the catch too. Men are catches in 2019.
That's your problem, Pig. You got it so fucked up, bro.
How?
Look, I would not want no nigga like you around my daughters, bro. I swear,
why?
Bro.
I'm equal. I never said that I'm gonna let a woman. I just said I would never let a woman pay. But at the same time, it's equal playing grounds now. Motherfuckers work. Motherfuckers got jobs just like everybody else.
That's just not what it's about because men are the natural pursuer. You are pursuing me.
A man is trying to prove to a woman why he is worthy of having her, bro. Like,
David, I agree with you. Men are catch. You are a king. Yes, you deserve to be treated accordingly.
Prove to me that you can take care of me and hold me down, bro. Like, that's not. We talking about a date, bro.
Yeah, but if a woman tells you, I'm not paying for a fucking date, I'm the catch. You need to do this. You need to do that. You like what? Hold the fuck up.
She shouldn't have to tell you that.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying. It's two different sides. But if a woman was to approach you and be like, hey, I don't mind paying for the first date, or shit, since it's the first date, how about you pay for your bill, I pay for mine, and shit, whoever asks for the second date, that's who pays next. I feel like that's fair. That's equal.
Some women probably would go for that, bro. But like, I got two girls, bro. Then any young man is trying to take my daughters out, they need to be ready to hold it down. Like, just like LaToya said, bro. It's simple. Like, you pursuing the woman, you trying to prove to her why you good enough for her to be your lady. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is it's okay for the conversation to be had to where motherfuckers go on a first date.
Some girls
you pay for your half, I pay for my half, and shit, whoever asks for the second date, hey, that's who pays. It's okay to have that conversation.
Ladies, in the initial stage, the first, second, third, that talking stage, until he commits to you, don't pay for shit at all.
I agree with that.
Man, fuck that. I don't agree.
Y'all in a relationship, y'all committed. Okay, you can't be greedy, you can't be selfish. You know, he's a king, he deserves to be treated as such. I've said that before. So in the relationship, when y'all are committed, when he has proven himself to you,
that throws off the balance between everything. Because if you come at me, you talking about I ain't paying for shit, I'm a queen, whatever the fuck. You make that. Just listen. You just say that. But just listen. You making a motherfucker feel like they like this, bro. You making somebody feel like this. Now the conversation in the relationship would be totally different if you went in with a different approach. Like, hey, I'll pay for this, or we could split it on the first date. Motherfuckers will respect that more than you fucking just coming in beating on your chest like I'm the queen. It's a different
you,
approach.
bro?
It's all about the approach, bro.
And
I
I
never
think some,
said that I
I
would
think,
make a woman pay on the
I,
first date. I would never do that. But it's all about the approach.
but my approach, I'm never coming across as like, and it sounds self-righteous, and it sounds like, oh well, damn, who you think you are? You deserve this and you deserve that, because I know my worth. I know what I deserve, and I'm not telling you, oh, this is what's gonna happen. You gonna already know by my energy. You gonna already know how I handle myself, and you already gonna come at me like, LaToya, when are you free so I can take you out? Prime example, had a nigga want to text me and he said, can we hang out? Okay, I text back and I said, okay, well, what do you have in mind? And he was like, I mean, it's lots of stuff to do. So I left him on red. I really don't. 2 days later, you text me back and you say, we can go to the movies, we can go to the golf course. Okay, yeah, my nigga, now you have a plan on what we gonna do. You're not just gonna be like, oh, it's a lot of shit to do. My nigga, my time is valuable. Yeah. I have children. You taking her time, so you need to have a plan. And you gonna pay for that. You gonna pay for my time.
And like P, you keep saying like if she come at you and say that, like, bro, that's not something that has to be said. It should be something that's understood going into the situation. We don't have to have this discussion. Like, if I'm asking to take you out, like, we're not about to sit here and be like, well, look, you pay half. Like, bro, it's automatically on me. Like, I'm the man. Right. I'm about to show you that I'm the man. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to take care of you. I'm about to hold you down. Like that's not even
okay, but the way that I'm coming at the situation is, what if a woman say, "Hey, let me take you out on the first date, and I'll pay."
And that's the point. A woman shouldn't do that, bro. It's not wrong. Don't take it. Don't take
that's
it
what
like
I'm saying. It's not wrong if she did.
Yeah,
that'll make you look at a woman totally different. Like, damn, ain't no.
But that goes back to that original first impression. If a girl like it's a lot of niggas that's gonna see a girl do that, like, oh shit, like, damn, she trying to pay for shit. She trying to take me out, like, and a nigga gonna take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a smart decision if a woman do that, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, make a nigga work. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be throwing yourself out there like that, because it's a lot of dirty niggas that's gonna take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's a lot of niggas that's gonna see something beyond trying to take advantage of somebody.
Yeah, it's gonna go both ways, but I feel like it's gonna be more niggas that take advantage than it is that's gonna be like, oh man, she trying to pay, like, that's what's up. Like, bro, it's gonna be a lot more niggas that take advantage of that shit.
Okay, we got somebody that said, she said, I feel like women should take their man out. I agree with you. I feel like women should take niggas out too. Men.
A first date?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about first date.
Yeah, it's okay if a woman takes a man out for the first date. It's okay, bro.
That's weird. As a man, I'm just gonna be like, what the hell?
It's different.
I'm be like, she desperate as hell, bro. She desperate as hell.
Right.
Man, fuck no. Y'all niggas gotta think outside the box, man. Like, it's 2019.
All right, man. Let's move on. We're gonna go down to the last topic.
So, LaToya, let me get your point on this.
Okay.
You're a mother, right? Mm-hmm. Let's talk about child support. If you were to receive child support, is that child support for the kid, or do you feel like you use that child support for whatever you want to use it on because it's your income now, or you feel like it's part of your income now?
Okay, so disclaimer, there are females out here, I'm sure, that take advantage of that child support received. On the flip side of that, I receive child support when I get it. Sometimes it goes directly towards my son. Sometimes it'll go towards gas for me to go to work. Sometimes it'll go towards getting Starbucks. For me, it's all about the overall of the child's well-being. And I think for my situation might be a little different because I receive it sometimes and I receive it I don't. But even if it was consistent, it's going to go to the overall well-being of my child's livelihood. And my livelihood reflects our child. So if I'm happy, then that goes towards our child, right? So if I want to get a fucking Starbucks or if I want to get a fucking drink at the club with this, that's my overall well-being, and it goes into our son. Now, there are women that take advantage and get their hair done and whatever, and your child looks crazy, or you got Jordans on your feet and your child got Walmart shoes. That's not acceptable. That's not
okay.
On it.
I feel like if you are shortening your child because you are using this child support for extracurricular activities on your own, that's not what it's intended for. So if your child wants to do something at the beginning of the month and you got that child support and you're using it for something totally different for what it's intended for, I don't think that's right. Me, honestly, I don't even think child support should be used for your bills. Whether that child is there or not, you still got to pay them bills.
Okay, and you're right. At the same time, though, my child lives with me. So the light bill goes up, the water bill goes up, extra food in this house. So if we didn't have this child, my bills would be way lower. And child support is just what it is, support. It's not the full spectrum of what the child needs.
Ain't that what spousal support for? Like, it's two separate things. It's spousal support and it's child support. Child support goes toward the child, and spousal support, that's for a woman's personal, or whoever in the situation, that's for your personal shit, like toward the bills and shit like that.
No, we're talking about women that haven't been married, that, you know, have put the child on, you know, they've never been married, so they don't receive, you know, the spousal support, right?
Oh, yeah. Because you only get spousal support if you was married. I forgot that.
So I feel like child support goes to the well-being of the child. Now, it's wrong if in the beginning of the month you spend it on whatever you decide to spend it on, and at the end of the month your child can't do X, Y, and Z. That's wrong. You didn't budget it right. But it's like I said, I get it when I get it. So when I don't get it, I still got to provide. Basketball at the end of this month. Caden's still growing shoe. You know what I'm saying? So I still got to make sure that shit happens. How is it fair that my income has to, you know, go towards those things, and then a little bit of it can go to me, but then your little support can't go a little bit to me because I'm raising our child primarily in my house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's your take on joint custody and like equal parenting responsibilities?
Like, what you mean?
Do you have joint custody with your child's father right now?
No.
Okay, what's your take on joint custody? What do you think that is?
It's a little differently for my situation because I have a boy. A boy needs his father. You know, I cannot raise him to be a man, but that's why men in my life, my father, my brothers, you know, people like that, his barber that are in his life, that he sees male figures. Now, it should be the main person, and it should be joint custody type of thing, but most of the time you have a situation where, you know, y'all broke up on a bad situation, and she's bitter, and that bitter baby mama term, you got to understand her feelings are hurt. When you see these women going on Facebook and talking bad about their baby daddy and doing, their feelings are hurt. They're bitter, they're hurt, they're angry, they're sad, right? That the relationship, and so then they take it, and I'm not saying this is right. Out on the situation with the child and not leaving their feelings out of it and just solely thinking about the child, because it's hard to look at this child and then not see, okay, the father and then what he did to me and all this stuff. Like, that's an immature woman, or that's a hurt woman. Not to say that it's right, but that's what happens. So then when joint custody comes involved, that's my baby. That's my son. I take care of him. You can see him when I tell you to see him.
Fuck no. What you and this nigga got going on ain't got shit to do with that child. At the end of the day, you shouldn't be able to dictate anything about a child seeing his dad based upon your emotions. It's about that child. That child comes first. Whether you want to see this other person or whether you want to fucking even have a conversation with this person, it has nothing to do with you.
It has everything to do with I'm his mother.
I'm saying like your emotions has nothing to do with that child and that child's father. That's what I mean.
Of course, but it's hard for some women. I'm not saying this is my situation, but it's hard for some women to differentiate between your emotions and the relationship between that child's father and them too, and stop getting in the way of it. It's hard to do that.
That's immature.
Like, I'm bitter, and you don't want to acknowledge that. You don't want to say I'm sorry. So women can't like make that divide and just be like, okay, well, it's strictly about the child. It's hard to co-parent. It's hard to give up control, because that's what it's about. It's control.
Fact, it's control, and some women feel as if they can use that child as a pawn to control this man, and that is fucking wrong. That child has nothing to do with mommy and daddy issues. When it comes to joint custody, it's 50-50. I don't give a fuck if you and this person had a huge disagreement. If it's his turn to see that child this weekend, he needs to go see his dad this weekend. It doesn't matter what the fuck his mama and his daddy was arguing about 3 days later. The child hurts at the end of the day.
It's a fact.
I agree.
I sympathize with both sides, man. That's a challenging situation for both sides. Like, for a man not being in the house and trying to still be a full-time dad and take care of his responsibilities, but at the same time, I sympathize with both sides, man. It's hard for me to really speak because
it's not hard. All you gotta do is be fair. That's what it's all about.
But that comes with sympathizing with both sides because at the end of the day, this woman is hurt. She's with that child every day. Like, no matter, you paying your child support, but she still feels like I'm raising this child by myself and you're not there.
Because I seen with the comment that you made, and that's why I brought up the child support thing. Because what'd you say, David? You said you're not a single parent if you get child support, right?
You're not a single parent. You're a single woman. You're not a single parent. You're not doing it yourself. There's a difference between a single woman and a single parent. A single parent is you just doing everything on your own. That man is not in the child's life.
I guess maybe I can agree with that because y'all are co-parenting. Y'all are still parenting, still communicating. Y'all are still, So I guess I can agree with that on certain situations. But if you're receiving child support and you are single and that father is not doing anything, which a lot of the times is happening, you are still a single parent.
I feel like a lot of men aren't in that child's life because they don't want to deal with the woman. It's a lot of fucking bitter ass women out here that just run men off. Motherfuckers don't even want to deal with you because of the issues that you bring to a motherfucker, and you're using this child as a pawn to control a nigga. So it's just like fuck it. It's not right.
Didn't we say that shouldn't matter? So that man should be a man, and he should
a woman should be a woman.
I'm not gonna allow that to affect my child. We just said that you shouldn't let that affect the child. So be a man. You know you fucked up. Okay, so I'm not gonna let what she's doing or all that nagging or all that talking shit that she's doing on Facebook affect the relationship that I have with my child.
Okay, listen. Relationship, parenting, two different things. Two different things. What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened between us and our relationship ain't got shit to do with co-parenting and being with this child. Whether I fucking dogged you out or I fucking did whatever the fuck I did to you, I'm still a good dad. That has nothing to do with me being a parent. I'm still a good dad. I'm still a father. I'm still at my child's games. I'm not talking about me personally. I'm just speaking in general. Yeah. Just because I do this to you, that don't mean I can't see my child at the end of the day because I've dogged you out 2 years ago.
But part of being a man is realizing that that's gonna affect stuff though, bro.
It shouldn't.
I mean, we human beings at the end of the day, bro. Like you said, like a relationship and parents, like it still take both. Like,
okay, put it like
y'all
this.
Don't have to be together to have a healthy relationship to raise your child.
All the time is not the man. Sometimes women cheat and the man leave. So that shouldn't mean that the man should fucking stay out of the child's life because the woman fucked somebody else. That ain't got nothing to do with the child. It's the same thing. So it's okay for it's okay for a woman to hold a child against a man because she's fucking bitter. But if a woman fucking cheat on me and I leave and I don't want to be in my child's life because I'm bitter, now I'm not a man.
You're not.
Yeah, hell no.
Okay, it's the same. That's my point. It's the same thing.
It go both ways.
It's the same thing. It's not fair.
Yeah.
Just be fucking fair. Like that's all I'm saying.
I agree with you, but it's hard for women because we're emotional creatures. We all know this. We're emotional, so it's hard to take your feelings out of it and be mature and say that this is not going to affect the relationship between his dad. It's hard for women to do that.
I don't understand. Because those are two different situations, and you are using a child to fucking benefit your situation. Because now the man is hurting twice.
That's probably what it is about control. It's like, okay, well, you hurt me in the relationship. You did this to me, so now I'm gonna hurt you the way that can appease me. You hurt me, so I know that not seeing your child or putting you on support or doing this and doing that will hurt you, so that's what I'm going to do. Dogging you out on Facebook and calling you a deadbeat is going to embarrass you. It's going to hurt you. So that's what I'm going to do.
Which is fucked up. I don't like it.
It is.
Why you know the first day before you get to know somebody.
Hey.
Keep you like
everything we got talked about, it all come together at the end.
But hey, man, we gotta wrap it up. Episode 3, man. Toya, I appreciate you coming and chat it up and getting a woman's side of everything that we be talking about.
Thank you.
All right, man. That's it. Episode 3. Let's be clear. We out.
We out of here.